welcome again. Continuing with the topics that we were talking about in the previous videos, we're going to continue with the methodological tools and examples in contemporary football soccer. And this will be the part 3, which will be related to positional games, okay? Okay, so we're going to go first to the definition. The positional games are exercises where the main objective is to keep possession by a player or team in a certain space and time. In this exercise, athletes must stay in their position while moving inside their space, but they are not supposed to leave their designated space, rather show mobility inside the space, okay? These type of exercises are directly related to a tactical system or structure of the team. And we're going to, focus on basically 3. There are more if you really think about it, but we're going to just focus on 3, which are the most common ones, okay, that we use. Again, these are methodological tools of the Spanish, especially the Spanish school, okay, especially made famous by Fútbol Club Barcelona. And these are tools that we're going to use according to the subdynamic of the session and the part in the session. So sometimes we can use them at the beginning of the session as complementary exercises, these rondos, possession or positional exercises. Sometimes they can be part of the central part of the session or sometimes at the end, okay? Okay, so the definition, the characteristics of the exercises are, we use them normally with high amounts of players. So normally we're going to use the difference between positional exercises and rondos. One of the characteristics that they have is that they always have supporting players outside the space. Okay, so the positional games are more related to more amount of players. Okay, higher amount of players, and the rondos are more like intersectorial. Normally exercises in small spaces and with less amount of players. The positional exercise we're going to play with a higher, bigger space. Okay, so we use them normally with high amounts of players, or many players. Players can only move inside their space and not lose reference of the position they occupy. They are used based on the system or tactical structure of the team. So this is the main idea. Okay, the concept, one of the most important concepts is that we're going to use them based on the tactical system that our team is going to use, okay, or structure, okay? So if our team is going to play with 4-4-2, we're going to look for exercises where we always have that shape. If we play 4-2-3-1, we're going to do the same thing, or 1-4-3-3, or 1-3-5-2, or 1-3-4-3, whatever, okay? There are global exercises using methodologies like integrated, structured, and tactical periodization. So global exercises are the type of exercises where you are training in context of the game, okay? And there's no stoppage. There can be stoppage because of the exercise itself, but it doesn't have a time limit like analytical exercises. That the action ends, okay? And integrated methodology was a famous methodology created here in South America where you train globally, but taking into account the functional exercises, and you're taking into account the physical training, okay? Structure is the Barcelona methodology, and tacticalization is the one created by Professor Victor Frade in Porto, okay? And these are exercises that have a higher complexity because they have a higher amount of players, okay? And also because they're moving inside the space and inside the system, but they maybe have less physical wear done. So they're not going to run as much as maybe a possession exercise because they're not going to be losing their position, okay? They're not going to cross the whole space to receive the ball or to pressure, for example, okay? So it has more sense to the game and what they're really going to do in the matches, okay? So we're going to go to practical examples. And I made several examples so you can see. Okay, the first one is a positional game that's intersectorial, has three teams of 3. So you're going to see the blue team, which are, in this case, it can be the 2 central defenders. This will be a structure that can be a structure of a 1-4-4-2 with a diamond shape, or it can be 1-4-3-3 and we're missing one of the offensive midfielders. You can add another joker there if you want, whatever you desire, whatever you find your needs are for your team, right? So in this case, we have like the blue teams will be the 2 central defenders and the offensive midfielder. The red team will be the central midfielder and the 2 fullbacks on the sides. And the three greens are the ones who are pressuring and trying to gain the ball. So this is a typical rondo. The difference is that now once they lose the ball, the team that loses the ball has to go immediately, change from attack to defense, so defense to attack. If they're attacking, they have to change immediately to pressure, okay? And if they were defending, they have to change immediately. Not only with the team that was in attack that lost the ball, but also the position they were holding, okay? Okay, and here we're working a lot, the concept of players running, but running wisely, running intelligently, okay? Being taught how to run the pitch, how to move, when to move, the right time, the correct time. And then we're gonna work many technical in the technical dimension. We're gonna work individual technique, tactical technique, but of course also we're gonna work tactics here. We're gonna work change for moments, find the free man, ball circulation, ball movement, the tension on the passes, the controls, how they have to position themselves. All this information that's going to work from day to day in different ways and the everyday. Because as Mourinho says, you're never going to see a piano player run around the piano. Okay, he's going to train like he normally does in a football match. So we were trying to always, this way of training, we're always trying to create context for the player to solve the problems, because in the match, this problem I see a lot, especially in British videos, where the coaches create the context, but tell the players or the athletes the answer, and this is not correct for us. Like I said before, this is a systemic focus on the way of training in football and soccer, and we try to guide, we try to guide discovery, which is try to guide the player to solve the problem, okay? Because he or she will have this problem on the match. Okay, here we have the same thing, okay? Now we're gonna have a 4v4 with 3 jokers, okay? Reds versus blues, in this case 4v4, and the 3 jokers are playing as were fullbacks and center midfielders, and the reds will be the 2 central defenders and 2 offensive midfielders, okay? And the same thing, we're gonna be using all the things I mentioned before, but also moving inside the space, inside the space, but with reference to how the positioning of my teammates, okay? And also, of course, the concept of when gaining the ball to open up, okay, and when losing the ball to close and press, okay, to change from attack to defense, okay, and reorganizing in a position now. So it's a little bit more complex than position, because we have to play according to a system we're going to use, okay? Okay, the next one will be intersectorial positional games, okay? So these are teams of 2s, okay? We have 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 greens, and 2 whites, and 1 joker in the middle who will be the central midfielder, or the holding midfielder, as they call it also. So here, this exercise on the left is based on a structure of 1-4-3-3. We have the 2 central defenders, which will be the green and the blue, the 2 offensive midfielders again, which will be the green and the blue, and the 2 reds, who are the 2 fullbacks, and the joker, which is the yellow, will be the holding midfielder, okay? And same idea, same concept, okay? Same type of exercise, okay? They're going to say rondo, but positional, okay? So now they're always related to the structure they use, okay? And again, we're going to use big principles and micro principles, okay? And these especially, we're going to focus more on the micro principles, okay? And the change of moments or phases from attack to defense, from defense to attack. Okay, the next one, okay, the next example, same idea, same structure, same system, okay? 4-3-3, but now intersectorial, but now we're working with the holding midfielder, or the central midfielder, the 2 offensive midfielders, which are the 2 yellows, okay? And we have the 2 fullbacks and the center forward, okay? The blue and the red, okay? So this is, and again, another exercise where we're gonna be working on the structure again through a type of rondo, a positional rondo, okay? Where immediately after we lose the ball, we have to reorganize. Immediately after they gain the ball, we have to reorganize again, okay? And of course, as I said before, focusing more on micro principles, and all these type of things, okay? again, these schools like the Spanish school and the Portuguese school, the tacticalization, we're always trying to create context for the players. Okay, we're training context. Okay, and it's really trying to anticipate situations that the players are going to see in the matches. Okay, in the games. Okay. And what they call systemic repetition, okay, repetición sistemática, which is many repetitions, because as I said before, soccer, football, all these sports are learned not consciously, but pre-consciously, by repetition. So most of the times you're not conscious of what you're doing, so you have to do many repetitions to learn them, okay? Now, here, the same thing. Now we're going to put the jokers, the two jokers outside, which will be the two fullbacks, and you're going to see the structure of 4-3-3, okay? If you look from up top, you're going to see the two central defenders, which are the two blues, the holding midfielder, which is the blue player over here, and then we have the two offensive midfielders, which are the blue and the red, and the three forwards, okay? The two wings and the center forward, which are the reds, okay? And the team that is defending or pressuring is the white team, which are the four players, okay? So we have 3 teams of 4 players and 2 jokers, okay? And same thing, same idea, okay? From left to right, you can see the structure there, okay? And they're having possession, playing with the jokers, okay? And immediately, if they gain the ball, immediately reorganize again, and the team that loses it changes from attack to defense, okay? They lost it, play with the joker, get the ball out of pressure, and reorganize again very quickly. They lose it, ball out of pressure, reorganize again. Okay? Now we're going to go into a collective positional game. 4 teams of 4 plus 2 jokers. Okay? So we're going to have 4 reds, which are the back 4. The 2 jokers, which are the 2 greens. Okay? And here we're going to have the 2 forwards in this case with different structures. It can be a 4-4-2, for example, or whatever, similar, okay? You always try to play with the structure, okay? So we have the other 4 yellow, the 4 whites, and the 4 blues. So one team inside, okay? After a certain amount of passes, we change to the other side. The jokers, you can even put 3, you can put 1, okay? They will play, in this case, I made them play 1 in the square where the ball is, and 1 in the other space, in the neutral zone. Okay, whenever there's a certain amount of passes, they change. And again, the green joker, the first one, will support inside. The other one will support from the back, okay? You can make them alternate and change constantly also. You can add 1, you can play only with 1, whatever you find suitable for the system that you use, okay? Okay? This is another context, another structure that you can play around with, okay? The idea is, by these videos, are giving many coaches and people who work as coaches context, okay? Ideas, so you can play around with this, okay? Same thing here, okay? We're gonna have here a 5v5, okay, of 3 teams, okay? The same thing here, structure again. Now here you can change. You can add, as if you see the players that are playing with the ball, they're creating a 4-3-3. Okay, 1-4-3-3. Okay, and the same thing. The pressure, you can make it with 4 players. You can make it with 3. You can make it with 2. However you desire, whatever you think is better. And you're in this case, depending on the level, the structure of the team. You know, if the players are able to have long possessions and not lose the ball, all these types of situations. The main idea is always to get the ball out of pressure, reorganize, pass from defense to attack, and the players that won the ball reorganize as the other team was before. Okay. Now we're going to go into a positional game, collective with goals. Now 7v7 plus 3. Now these type of exercises have a lot of variations. You can change or add or take away 1 player, 2 players, whatever, you know. In this case, you see here again a 4-3-3. The red team and the green will make a 4-3-3. Okay, 7 players plus 3, and the blue team, the 7 players of the blue will defend. Okay, the 2 goals. After they lose the ball, the 3 jokers will play with the attacking team, okay, creating always a 4-3-3. So, for example, if in this case the red team and the jokers lose the ball, change immediately, okay, and they will pass. The wings will attack the other way, and the center forward will also attack the other way, okay. And again, the same thing, technical dimension, all these. It's a global exercise, so we're going to be working in real context, the pass, control, getting free from the defender, support, both movement, both circulation. Many times of technical fundamentals, and also we're going to be working tactical, as I said before. All these exercises are always we're working is very complete because we're working real situations that the player is going to see in the match. It makes no sense having a player doing technical things that are not in context of real situations. Okay, same thing here. We put a 9v9 with 2 jokers will be the 2 center forwards. This will be in a structure of one team is playing a structure of 4-2-3-1, which are the blue, and the reds, which go from left to right, are playing a structure of 4-3-3. Okay, and the only thing is that the joker, when the red team has the ball, the joker on the right will play as support, so it will be a 10v9. Okay, so they have to take advantage of numerical superiority, find the free man. Okay, also variations, you can let the joker play inside, also however you think is better. Okay, or you can let them play outside like they are there, of course. Okay, here they change immediately, and the joker again is going to play with the attacking team. Okay, another example is an intersectorial game of 3v3 plus 4. These types of exercises are used normally more on the can be used in the session of tension in the beginning or in the middle part, or it can be used also in the speed in the session of speed of the muscle contraction or tension of muscle contraction. Okay, or you can use it as a complementary exercise for warm up also. The rondos normally. Okay, the main idea here is of the 3v3 with four jokers outside. Okay, and the same thing as before. We're gonna work it. If you really look from the top, you're gonna see that most of the times they are having microstructures of the system you're gonna use also. This will be more like a rondo, a positional rondo. And the last one will be a positional game with goals 5v5 plus 6 jokers now. So if you see from the left, from left to right, you're going to see that the green and the blue make a 4-2-3-1 structure, while the red from the red to left will make a 4-3-3 structure. So basically, as the same as before. Okay, we're going to be working the movements, how to create space, to take advantage of space, also to recognize the space, the free space that is created, which is very important and nobody talks about most of the time. Okay, and like I said before, it's always good that the players, especially in the beginning, we do not, we try to guide them. We don't give them the solution or what is correct. Okay, this mistake I see a lot, especially in British coaching, that they're using or they're learning to use these methodologies which we've been using for decades. And the main mistake they make is that they tell the players what they have to do, and this is not correct. Okay, because in the real match, in the real game, you're gonna try the player always to discover and not to be looking to the sidelines. Okay, so this is the end for this part, and I hope to see you again. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And of course, please add a subscribe and add a like button. Okay, bye bye. Take care.